You've done the work. You read the books, taken the courses, repeated affirmations, sat with meditations, and still, the numbers in your bank account don't reflect the financial reality you desire. Why? Let's dive in and find out why you're not getting the results you want and how you can finally change your money story. Hi there, I'm Olga, Money and Abundance Mindset Coach, transpersonal counselor, and guide in energetic wealth transformation. I help professionals and entrepreneurs heal subconscious money blocks, rewire limited beliefs, and create a soul aligned relationship with wealth. And in my Money Blocks one-on-one video series, I will show you what money blocks really are, the most common ones most of us carry and why, and most importantly, I will share simple, practical steps you can use to finally release them. And today we're starting with the foundation. We will look at what money blocks actually are, where they come from, and why they keep showing up even after all the mindset work you've done. So what are the money blocks? Money blocks are hidden patterns that are running in the background of your mind. And they're not just your negative thoughts, they're actually your habits and reactions that you picked from your past. And at one point, your system wired them in to keep you safe. But now, those same patterns are the very things that are holding you back from the success you want. And here is the hard truth: it's not the universe, it's not the bad luck, it's not your destiny that is keeping you stuck. It's you. Yes. It's your own subconscious patterns that are creating a lack of financial flow in your life. Now, I know that's tough to hear because consciously you don't want to feel stuck and frustrated around money. You don't want the anxiety that hits every time you open your bank account or see another bill. And you don't want to wake up in the middle of the night calculating how to make it all work. What you really want is peace. You want stability. You crave feeling of enough, and you want ease instead of pressure and freedom instead of fear. But here is a problem: there is another part of you, a subconscious, self sabotaging part that for some reason wants the opposite. And right now, that part is running the show. How do I know that? Well, because you're not experiencing the financial reality you consciously desire. So, what do money blocks actually look like in everyday life? So, here are some of the most common ways that they show up. Avoidance. Maybe you put off opening bills or avoid checking your bank account, or you dodge money conversations because they just feel too heavy. You tend to undercharge or overgive. You know you're good at what you do, but still asking for your true worth feels somehow uncomfortable. So you discount your work or give away more than you should. You experience feast or famine cycles. So one month you're doing great, and the next month is crickets. Money flows in waves, but it never feels steady or safe. You have certain emotional habits. Maybe you spend to relieve stress, or you save every penny out of fear you're going to lose it. And that's not your logic, it's your nervous system trying to keep you safe. You often experience shame and anxiety around money. And for some people, just hearing the word money brings up dread, guilt, or embarrassment instead of ease and confidence. If you recognize yourself in even one of those, don't worry. You are definitely not alone. These are some of the most common patterns almost everyone carries. And I actually would love to hear from you. Drop me a comment below and let me know which of these feels most familiar to you. So, where do money blocks come from? Well, they don't just appear out of nowhere. They usually start way back in your childhood, or they could be even inherited from your family and culture, or sometimes they could come from emotional experiences you had in your life. So, let's break it down step by step. Before the age of 7, your brain is basically in a hypnotic state, and you're like a sponge. You soak up everything you hear, see, and feel as truth. So, if you often heard, we can't afford that, or rich people are greedy, or whatever other stories you heard as a child, those messages got hardwired into you. And sometimes the struggle isn't even yours and it's passed down. If your parents, grandparents, or ancestors lived through war, famine, poverty, those survival patterns can live on in you. Science shows this can happen in two different ways: through epigenetics, which is trauma and stress literally leave chemical markers on your genes that affect how future generations respond to fear and safety, and two, through emotional modeling, where as kids we just absorb how our family handled money. In my own family, my grandparents and parents lived through war and scarcity, and I inherited many of those patterns. For me, it showed up in different ways, but most oftenly as believing that I have to work hard to deserve money, or being scared to invest, or feeling guilty whenever I had to spend. It's like I felt like I have to count every penny. We also inherit money beliefs from culture or religion we grow up in. Messages like money is the root of all evil, or spiritual people should care about money, can leave us ashamed for wanting more. When I was growing up, I often heard that money spoils people and that rich people were greedy or corrupt. And I carried that belief for years. But eventually, I realized something very important. Money doesn't change people. In fact, it amplifies who they already are. So, yes, wealth can make somebody greedy and make that greed louder, but it can also amplify kindness, intelligence, and generosity. And this shift helped me release a big portion of that block. Money blocks can also come from big moments in your own life. Maybe you were ashamed for asking for something, or you were told that you're selfish for wanting more, or you went through a painful experience like a business failure, or divorce, or a sudden loss. And those moments leave deep imprints, and your nervous system learns to associate money with stress or danger. For me, this was very real. In 1990s, when the Soviet Union collapsed, I watched how my parents and actually the whole country lost their money overnight when the central bank collapsed. My family lost a lifetime of savings and suddenly were living in poverty during my teenage years. And this experience left a scar. And to this day, I find it hard to fully trust banks and governments because I saw that betrayal firsthand. But over time, I turned that fear into vigilance. I became more self reliant and I learned to build sovereign wealth outside of the system. So that trauma actually became a source of my strengths. And finally, let's be real, society doesn't exactly set us up for financial success. Hustle culture tells us we are never doing enough. Scarcity marketing that convinces us there is never enough. And most of us never got real financial education. The system is designed to keep us striving but rarely feeling satisfied. And I know that personally. I went to one of the best business schools in the United States. And even there, no one taught us how to actually manage our own finances. There were no tools for building wealth in daily life either. So I had to figure it out on my own through trial and error and through learning from some amazing financial mentors and coaches. So if you ever felt like, oh, I should already know this stuff, no, please know it's not your fault. The system was never designed to teach you. And that's exactly why I made it my mission to help people move past the fear and confusion around money and find their own way and path towards abundance. Now that we looked at where money blocks come from, let's talk about how they actually show up in your system. Money blocks are not just in your head. They operate across four different dimensions. And unless you address all of them, your conscious goals and your subconscious wiring will always be at war with each other. So let's talk about our mind. our beliefs and stories. The layer that most people think of when they hear money mindset. It's all the conscious and subconscious beliefs you hold about money. It's things like, I have to work hard for every dollar, or I don't deserve to be wealthy, or if I succeed, people will reject me. So even if you consciously want to grow, these hidden beliefs act like an invisible ceiling. So they quietly influence your choices, how much you charge, whether or not you invest, and whether you feel worthy of a financial success. Then your body, your nervous system, and survival responses that it produces. Your body carries just as many money stories as your mind, but this part is often overlooked. Think about it. If your nervous system has learned that money equals stress, conflict, loss, your body will react automatically, even if you consciously want more. This may look like a tight chest or a knot in your stomach when you open your bills, or it could be panic when you think about raising your prices, or even shutting down right after a financial win, almost like you're bracing for it to be taken away from you. So these are your body and nervous system survival responses. This way, your body is trying to protect you by keeping you in what feels familiar. And until you retrain those responses, your body will keep pulling you back, no matter how much mindset work you do. Another third factor is energy, emotional residue, and inherited trauma. uh, Money carries emotional charge, and every experience you've had with money leaves an imprint. And sometimes even the struggles of your family and your family line get carried forward. This is why you might feel guilt for earning more than your parents, or shame about that, or fear of being judged for success. These aren't just your random feelings, they are actually energetic blocks. They linger in your system and shape what you believe you're allowed to receive or hold on to. And sometimes they're not even yours. Generational trauma, like ancestors losing land or going through famine or being punished for wealth, can leave those energetic imprints but get passed down to future generation. So you may unconsciously stay loyal to that struggle or hold yourself back because thriving feels unsafe. Examples of these energy blocks include guilt when raising your prices, or fear of losing everything overnight, or shame around simply wanting too much. And when you clear those emotional and energetic residues, you stop carrying that trauma with you, and you stop carrying the weight that was never really yours to begin with. And then suddenly there is more space for abundance to flow into your life. And then finally, fourth is the behavior, your habits and actions. So money blocks show up through your actions or inactions. And this is the most visible layer. These are the things you can actually see yourself doing or avoiding. It might look like undercharging for your work or giving discounts you really don't want to give, or it could be procrastinating on sending invoices or following up with clients, or it could be overspending to soothe your emotions, or you're getting stuck in the same feast or famine cycles over and over again. So these behaviors aren't random. They are protective strategies that your system created to keep you aligned with your deeper beliefs and your nervous system responses and emotional energy. So in other words, your actions simply reflecting what's happening underneath. And this is why willpower alone doesn't work. You can't just push harder or be more disciplined, because the behavior isn't the real problem. It's just the symptom of the problem. And once you shift the beliefs and you calm your nervous system and clear that emotional residue, your habits will start to change naturally. So here is a big picture. Money blocks aren't just about mindset. They really are multidimensional. And they live in your mind as beliefs and stories you care. They live in your body as survival responses, but just kick in automatically. And they also live in your energy field as emotional residue and even inherited trauma from prior generations. And they also live in your behaviors as your habits that keep you in the same cycles over and over again. And most people only try to fix one layer, and usually it's the mind by repeating affirmations or reading mindset books. But if your body is panicking and your energy is weighted down with guilt or shame, and your habits are still running on survival mode, no amount of mindset work will stick or fix that. So true transformation happens when you address all four dimensions together. When your mind, your body, your energy, and your behavior are all finally aligned, your system stops fighting itself and it starts moving with you towards abundance. And this is when your money flow becomes natural, sustainable, and soul aligned. So in my next video, I'll walk you through 5 core money blocks that most people carry and how to recognize them in your own life. So make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And if you're ready to get started right now, I've created a free money blocks quiz. The link is here below. It will help you identify which block is most active for you today. So take the quiz and let me know in the comments below which block shows up for you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.